It's time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Thursday morning, August 18th, 2016. Good morning to you all on this lovely Thursday morning, August 18th, 2016. Here are your news and odds. Top story at 8:40 on this Thursday morning. It is the CCTV footage seems routine. Four swimmers first from some of their final competitions return to Olympic Village during the early hours of the morning as the latest on a grand lucky robbery. Its plot thickens at Rio Olympics. Donald Trump's reshuffling with his staff at the weekend pretends a risky pivot, a bare knuckled outsider forecast effort aware. No tactic for taking down Hillary Clinton will be off limits. Blue gunfire burns out of control. Uber's first self-driving fleet arrives in Pittsburgh this month. Huge leaks of data from U.S. organizations have been attributed by some to the Russia so that the former Soviet state launches cyber war on the U.S. elections. In Qatar, Turkey, three car bombers targeted per police station and military vehicle in Turkey killed at least 9 people and wounded at least 219 others while a village guard and also killed in the separate clash in said on Thursday. Surrounded by shot and he's completely silent. Child's ball, alone covered in blood and dust, grabbed the background of the ambulance with his feet dangling off the edge of the too big chair. A Turkish special forces police officer guarded the entrance at the presidential place in Ankara, Turkey. The U.S. signed a payment of $4 million in Iran to coincide that of the country's release of American prisoners in January, according to the report. South Sudan's opposition leader flees the country as peace deal unravels. Right about to Mexican authorities said that they can't rule out the possibility of a second drug lord, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, was kidnapped in Puerto Vallarta. Next, Germany. German Chancellor Angela Merkel reinforced her belief that refugees to Germany were not a terrorism threat during a campaign speech on Wednesday. Hanoi, Vietnam. Vietnam law. Australians will commemorate 50th anniversary of the bloody battle of the Vietnam War. Residents in southern Louisiana began to assess the damage from the severe tornado that submerged the region over the last week. Thousands have sought shelter and have to be rescued. A 4-year-old Arkansas girl who was given protected custody for being zip tied to a bed as punishment by her mother and his boyfriend thought their name was Idiot, police said. Arlington firefighters moved an American firefighter truck Tuesday after direction from the board as town orders U.S. flags removed from the fire trucks. Evacuation urged in the Louisiana community. Manila. Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte called it the United Nations stupid for questioning his aggressive anti-drug campaign. Shishmaref, Alaska. The Alaskan village of Shishmaref narrowly voted to abandon their island and relocate to the mainland due to the effects of climate change, the town official said. At a time when many peers are struggling, Walmart posted better than expected quarterly results of Thursday, thanks to strong sales and more customers than it raised its guidance for the full year. Target said it has added in its single-stall restrooms as the stores where they were currently not available. The move comes after an immense controversy and temporary revenue followed by the companies on after they will allow shoppers and employees. World stocks rise. Dollar weakens in a divided Fed. Minneapolis. Target corporations facing a boycott of its stringent federally restroom options and the city will spend $20 million on install third restrooms in stores. Oklahoma City, the estimated $222 million received from the sale of shell acreage in North Dakota and Montana will help balance the Bucks' continental resources said. London, one of the bigger oil projects in the coast of West Africa, started production from a floating facility offshore Gunnetrol Oil announced Thursday. Also, Norway, if accepted merger with Gulf Keystone Petroleum and Iraqi Focus, company would merge and provide an advantage in terms of reserves. Norway's DNO said. Washington, the deep waters of the U.S. Gulf of Mexico consider to be one of the more prolific sources of oil and natural gas, the federal government said. Tripoli, Libya. Members of the NATO alliance said that they welcomed the Libyan Investment Board actions as a step toward ensuring a 40 days over the nation's oil wealth. Alright. Looking at the stock market report. Now. Alright, take a look at the stocks. The Dow. 18,573.94. SP 5 282.22. And Nasdaq 5,228.66. A team of researchers affiliated with the Warsaw University Observatory is captured for the first time in the events that led to the Cosmo Nova exploding and exploded himself and when happened afterwards. A blob of the coral has been caught and violently pulsating with the tentacles wiggling in every which way as it attracts the knowledge of residents in the time-lapse video of a phenomenon called bleaching. The fight against the Zika virus' new weapon, the genetically engineered mosquito, is basically made a move on it. Federal regulators managed to be able to parts of the U.S. McDonald's pulled 7 definite distractions from the Happy Meals on Wednesday after reports that children experienced skin irritations from the toys wristband, the company said in a statement. The government obesity planet for the child has been attacked by health experts, campaigners, MPs, and the boss of Britain's biggest supermarkets. Well, here's a terrified. This is their stuff to throw us set in the tracks. 2 kids are heard every hour in the baby buggies and carriers. Our British Parliament committee recently discovered that what many people in the Muslim communities at no age is that Muslim women face discrimination account of their gender, that are officially in religion. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the White House says Homeland Security Secretary Judge Johnson will visit Louisiana on Thursday to review the federal government in response to the widespread flooding that has damaged tens of thousands. Worcester, Massachusetts, Lemonster man who set fire to his own restaurant to collect the insurance money has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. Jeffrey Courier, the West End diner, also sentenced Wednesday in the federal court to 3 years of probation. Courier pleaded guilty in March to the charge of conspiracy to use fires and commit bail fraud filed in the fraudulent insurance case. Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Western Massachusetts man, police said Peter Webb so real that she was very recognized as men with it, but our bail is a dangerous person. Peter Chaldusa, 8:47 on this Thursday morning, time out for a sport report. Last night, the Boston Red Sox defeat the Baltimore Orioles in 7 innings in a rain-shortened game in Baltimore, 8-1. Today, the Red Sox begin the first of a 4-game series against the Detroit Tigers. Game time, 1:10 p.m. at Comerica Park in Detroit. Usain Bolt says he was surprised as everyone when Justin Gatlin failed the event Thursday's 200-meter final. Bolt told BBC Radio 5 live at Gatlin after Jamaica events with a top time in the Wednesday semifinals. He told everybody was in shock. Rear danger of Matt Krusek can still picture the whole scene as one of his favorite stories to recap from his time in international basketball. How he looked over his shoulder in the first Olympics as Team USA head coach got. There's excitement in Brownstown. Everyone was buzzing about the baby bombers. Hal Stern is no exception. Head coach Ben McElroy of the New York Giants looked Swam down as the table set nicely for the Giants' return to preseason. The ROC expressed that in an Olympics about half the world's population will have watched the games, with about the same number of people who watched the open ceremony as in 2012. According to the early estimates, a Team GB athlete has been robbed while returning to their accommodation in the Olympic Games in Rio. The Guardian reports that the victim had held up a gunpoint while joining the night of town in area on Tuesday morning. So far, 88% of the more than 6 million total tickets have been sold at Rio de Janeiro Olympics. Organizers said Wednesday that's less than the London Games in 2012 and the Beijing Games in 2008, which both said 96% of the tickets, but it's much better. Peter Chaldusa, 8:48 on this. First of all, and time for a travel report. Let's study out the MBTA Trends Alert, where Green Line D-Bears Pittsburgh, Ronald East, Ronald Lays, the disabled train away at Station, or Don Pitts, Ronald Lays between Workles and Roxbury, crossing between Thursday and continue until Sunday. And on the commuter rail, it's looking good on the ferries. Charlestown Ferry notice. Please do to Pier 1 for commuter ferry service until further notice. Alright, take a look at the highways and byways of New England, where highways and byways, New York City are Sogo, 95 minutes southbound is back up at Fairfield all the way up to Greenwich. 95 minutes northbound is back to Rochelle all the way up to Newark, Connecticut. 95 minutes southbound it is slow around Milford Stretch 95. Both ends a little slow at New Haven. 91 is South outside. Little Store at Wave Stretch. Bird Parkway, South outside. Back to Fairfield all the way at to Stepford. Route to West outside. Little Store at Anderson 84. Harvard, Connecticut. 84 East outside is back to West Harvard, Connecticut. 91 and North outside is back to 57 to 291 at Springfield. 91 and North outside is back to Deerfield, Massachusetts. 290 in East outside. Slow around. Route 9 in Worcester. 290 in East outside. Little Store at 495. Out in Marlborough, 495 in the north outside, back up from Hopkins all the way to Manassas, back in Westburg. 146 Buffets, Little Soul from 295, Lincoln to the north, Smithfield. 99 in the north outside, back to Woonsocket stretch. Route 6 to the westbound, eastbound side, 6 to connector, sold from 6 to 95 downtown Providence. 95 in the north outside, sold from Providence Street, Norwood all the way up to the Route 128 Canton, South Expressway, south outside, back to Dorchester, the Breakthrough Split, South Expressway, back up from Quincy, Data, and Mass Park, 93, Buffets, Boston, the slow go. Mass Park eastbound side is backed up from Prince Tunnel all the way at the Logan Airport. Mass Park eastbound side is backed up from Winston all the way at the Newton. 120 at the northbound side is backed to Great Plain area. Needham all the way at the Route 20 Waltham. 120 southbound side is backed up from Route 93, Reddit all the way at the Route 2 and Exeter. 93 to southbound side is backed up from Stoneham all the way at the Route 128. All the way at the Zanker Bridge in Boston. Route 1 is southbound side is backed up in the Charlestown stretch. 120 at the northbound side is slow around. Route 95 on at Peabody. Route 3 is southbound side is back to the Westford. Route 3 to the northbound side is back to the Westford all the way at the Tewksbury. Route 3 is southbound side is back to the Lawrence all the way at the Tewksbury. 93 is southbound side. Little Sorad. 202 up in Hillsborough, New Hampshire. Around Interstate 89 southbound side. Sorad. Route 202 in Hillsborough, New Hampshire. Route 101 westbound side. Little Sorad after every turn back in Manchester, New Hampshire. A7 on both ends. Little Sorad. Route 11 up in Champlain, New York, headed towards the Canadian border. Route 15 is backed up after the U.S. border in Southern Quebec, headed towards Montreal and southbound side. It's slow after the Canadian border up in Vermont. And 787 is southbound side back to Detroit to Detroit and Albany. Peter Chattanooga is there. 852 on this. Further on, in 10.5 weather report. Current here in Norton at 67 degrees, humidity 94%. Dew point about 65 degrees. Barometer steady at 296 inches. Wind speed is calm to the west end. Looking at current conditions around the region. 72 degrees in Boston at 66 in Worcester, in Bedford and Beverly. It's also 66 degrees in Norwood and Taunton, 68 degrees out in Plymouth, 70 in New Bedford, it's 70 out in Fitchburg, it's 66 in Providence, 72 in Quonset, 70 in Springfield, it's 70 out in Hartford, 73 degrees in Bridgeport and Groton, it's 70 degrees in Springfield, 64 degrees in North Adams and Pittsfield, Massachusetts, at 68 degrees out in Rutland. 68 degrees in Bennington and Belleville, Vermont, 64 in Rutland, Vermont. 70 out in Burlington, Vermont, 59 in Montpelier, Vermont, 48 out in Mount Washington, 66 degrees out in Laconia, 63 in Concord, Manchester, and National Hampshire, 63.4 out in Trafford, New Hampshire, 63 degrees in Keene, New Hampshire, 66 degrees out in Portland, New Hampshire, 70 degrees down in Portland, Maine. Look at the U.S. map, and it shows a pair of high-pressure ridges in the Middle States and the Carolinas. Football stretching around western portions of Texas. The high-pressure ridge located in the Carolinas and eastern Kentucky and Tennessee. Warm stationary front from eastern Washington State, stretching it all the way. Dan for Montana, merging with a warm front from the Dakotas. Dan for western Missouri. Another stationary front from eastern Montana, stretching over to Canada, merging with a warm stationary front and from Ontario, merging with a cold front from Ontario, up in the northern Quebec, with a low pressure in eastern Quebec and warm pressure out in the Maritimes of Canada. Further with the low pressure ridges up in the northern California and northern Nevada. And high pressure ridges up in the northern Rockies and the Four Corner region. Further from eastern Kansas and further from western Texas. 69 degrees out in Detroit, 71 in Pittsburgh, 78 out in Washington, D.C., 76 in New York City. It is 74 degrees out in Atlanta, Georgia. It's 81 in Miami, 76 in Dallas, Texas, 77 out in Brownsville, Texas. It's 69 degrees out in Kansas City, 72 in Omaha, Nebraska, 71 in Chicago, 69 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 56 degrees out in Great Falls, Montana, 63 degrees out in Seattle, 59 out in San Francisco, 62 in Los Angeles, it's 84 in Salt Lake City, 61 in Denver, it's 84 in Salt Lake, 84 in Las Vegas, 89 in Phoenix, and 63 degrees up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Alright, let's take a look at radar. Looking at radar, where? Some spotty rain showers around the Brooklyn and Whitman areas, and never line of rain showers from Plymouth, down 44, down for Middleburg, down for Lakeville, and down for Fall River. A lot of rain showers switching from New Bedford down to Wareham. A lot of rain showers from Falmouth, down for Hyannis and Yarmouth and Eastham. A lot of rain showers from eastern Martha's down for Nantucket. A lot of rain showers switching from southwestern portions of Rhode Island and around Newport, Rhode Island, and off Newport, Rhode Island. A lot of rain showers switching from New Atlantic, Connecticut. A lot of rain showers switching from Hampton down to New Haven, down for Medicine, and stretching it down Suffolk and around Quorum and Huntington and Long Island Sound. And seeing some spotty rain showers from Ocean City and Atlantic City, New Jersey, and around Buttercall, New Jersey. A lot of rain showers in central and south-central portions of New Jersey, and zooming around New York radar, and it shows a lot of rain showers around the Brooklyn area, around Bayonne, New Jersey, and a lot of rain showers from Sheepshead Bay, Long Island, Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, starts to the JFK airport up at Hamilton Beach, around Jamaica, and around Utopia, Little Neck, Albertson, Middle Garden City, in Long Island, and New York City. And raining around Elizabeth and Scotch Plains, New Jersey. And seeing some spotty rain showers in east central New York and southern Atlantic, except for the Burlington and Montreal, Vermont. Patchy rain showers up in the northern Maine and the eastern portions of Quebec. And a little line of rain showers stretching from western Virginia, stretching down from southern Kentucky down to central Tennessee, and then down for Arkansas. And clusters of showers and thunderstorms stretching up in Carolina and Georgia and Florida Atlantic coast. Clusters of rain showers and storms off the Texas and Louisiana and Mississippi Gulf Coast, and a line of rain showers stretching around the Texas, central Texas, and then the northern Mexico. And a line of rain showers stretching around southeastern New Mexico and stretching around Nebraska, and a line of rain showers stretching to the Dakotas up to western Minnesota down for southern Manitoba down for western Ontario, and a line of rain showers around Arizona, a line of rain showers for northwest portions of Colorado, down to Wyoming, and on the southern Iowa, down for Montana, and up to the southern and west central portions of Alberta, and a line of rain showers southeastern portions of Alaska. All right. Take a look at the satellite loop. It shows land across from Mexico, stretching down from Texas, all the way down into Virginia, and curving up into Maine. Land across from Arizona, stretching up into the four-quarter region, stretching up into Montana, coming up through the Dakotas of western Minnesota, and line of seven portions of Manitoba down for western portions of Ontario, and Atlantic across from northern Manitoba down for Saskatchewan, down for northern British Columbia down the western portions of Alberta. All right. Now, latest on Fiona. Which is now a tropical storm with 45 mile per hour winds, moving west-northwest at 16 miles an hour. Latest public advisory on Fiona. Fiona a little stronger. There are no close watch waters. The fact that 5 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time, the center of tropical storm Fiona was located to about 16.2 to the west. Longitude 40.3 to the west. Fiona is moving toward the west-northwest near 60 miles an hour. Then its general motion with 7 degrees in forward speed is expected during the next couple of days. Maps to say winds have increased to 45 miles an hour with high gust subdivision streaking is possible today, followed by slow weekly around the weekend. Tropical first wind today was up to 35 miles an hour, 55 kilometers from the center. Estimated minimum center pressure is 1,005 millibars. Alright, look at that. Alright, looking at the forecast discussion. Where out? Weak front crossing area late today with a low whisper, some interior showers. Otherwise, dry and weather prevails today. And Friday along with a warm temperature but comes to humidity, maritime high pressure moves over the Gulf of Maine. Saturday, yelling more dry weather and comes to humidity across southern New England. That sheds wet weather. Sunday night and Monday as a front bottom moves across the area. High pressure brings dry weather and temperature slightly cooler than normal. Tuesday for Thursday. Rain shield moving across Connecticut right on, and a Norfolk with the Master Church Park is associated with a short wave traverse from western New York State. This feature included a weak wave of low pressure just south of Long Island. As we see, Mesa Analyst page shows lots of dry air and 25 millibars and even 50 millibars across Rhode Island and eastern Massachusetts, resulting in a rain shield becoming more fragmented as it moves east into the dry air. Last few ones of the HRR covered to the static wall of air. The remainder of the guidance continues to struggle. This is expected to rain slowly erode and evaporate and move eastward this as only. Expected us some very light rain sprinkles in the next few hours. Therefore, have adjusted pumps and QPF accordingly from our previous forecast of tracks discussion though. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, most skies gradually becoming sunny sky at 84 degrees, cloudy becoming southwest but 5 to 7 miles an hour in the morning. Tonight, petrifying after 2 a.m. Morning, forecast coming at 63 degrees, south about 5 miles coming to DD. For Friday, most skies coming at 85 degrees, northwest about 3 to 5 miles an hour. For Friday night, petrifying after 3 a.m. Morning, forecast coming at 63 degrees, light south wind. For Saturday, petrifying before 9 a.m. Morning, most skies coming at 85 degrees, cloudy becoming southwest 6 miles an hour after. For Saturday night, forecast coming at 64 degrees. Sunday, most skies coming at 84 degrees. Saturday night, chance of showers thunderstorms after 10 p.m. Most skies got low at 70 degrees. Chance patient 40%. Monday, chance of showers thunderstorms. Most skies got at 83 degrees. Chance patient 50%. By the night, forecast got 60 degrees. For Tuesday, Sunday, most skies got at 81, about 57 degrees. And for Wednesday, sun's got at 82 degrees. Pairs with a phrase of the day. Cloudy's turning to the sun today. Appears they have a good morning with a good positive day. So we got 12 noon for a new time report. Have a good bye.